Hey everybody, and welcome finally back to Crypt Monkey Paints and World Building tonight. Yay! We are super sorry for all the cancellations lately, but I am feeling much better now. My hands are doing much better, still well protected. That's going to be an ongoing thing, but I'm not wanting to rip my own skin off, so that is definitely an improvement. But yeah, that medicine kind of kicked my ass yesterday, so... But tonight we are finally going to be painting this beautiful little lady from Epic Miniatures. It's the Eyelash Spectator or Female Beholder, either way. It's super cute, super awesome. And we're going to be putting her in a beauty shop as well. Yes, we had one person pick the model and then another person used their points for Alter the Stream to pick the theme, so she's in a beauty shop. Getting all done up.
I was clearly distracted for that portion.
Yep. So Golden picked the model and Sunbrand picked the theme, I believe. It's been a year since we were last streaming, so I don't even remember. And based on, I'm not sure how many people were watching like forever ago when we rated Gareth, but during his stream there were jokes made about headbands, so I'm wearing a headband tonight. Because I promised I would on my next stream, and this is officially my next stream. So I got a headband just for tonight, and it's tie-dyed and it's pretty, and I love it. So Ty has a lot of stuff to talk about in world building tonight, what we're going to be doing, and all that kind of beautiful stuff. So I'm going to start painting, and he's going to start talking.
Oh, I didn't want to let it go yet, though.
And I'm going to enjoy
I don't have a headband.
I'm going to enjoy my coffee.
I have a Jane hat. For as long as I can stand the heat.
Which is better than a headband, I'm going to admit.
No, so, I think we hang out for just a little bit and see if we get some crew on. But I do have what I think is a pretty exciting subject tonight. We're going to talk about Mira's Scar. And Mira's Scar is one I've been holding back on.
Sorry.
Mira's Scar is the really, really big canyon that's like the Grand Canyon,
except more grand.
Yeah, it's deeper, it's wider. At most of the spots, think of it like a lake that seems like an ocean because you can't see the other side. The canyon is like that, where oftentimes you can't see the other side. It's just too big. But it's still a canyon. It's still a deep canyon. So I haven't even gotten notes out yet.
How dare you, good sir?
I know. It's because I'm a terrible person. But I will work on that now.
Oh, this is one of the ones that are clogged.
So, and I'll explain all of this over again. So my apologies for that, but I know likely have some more folks hopping on soon. And hello, everybody, by the way. It does seem like it's been forever, but really... I mean, we were on last week, and we just weren't on Tuesday and Wednesday like we were expecting.
Yeah. It makes me to where I can't believe it's already Thursday because we didn't stream.
It doesn't even seem like a Thursday to me.
It really doesn't.
It seems like a Tuesday or a Wednesday to me.
Yeah. And I still don't feel like I got... caught back up work-wise, but I'm getting there. Ty definitely helped out today. Got a bunch of stuff packed up for me. I am just starting on the base. Get that support out of there. And so the way the base comes is it's got these two bottles and then a skull and then the seat, and she just actually sits right here. You just glue her right on there. So I'm going to paint the floor, nice little wood, because they did a beautiful wood texture. You can even see, if you look closely, which you probably can't see on the camera. Looks like you might be able to see it right around there. There's even kind of like some nails that you can kind of halfway make out, but I'm not going to try to worry about that. So my plan is I'm going to make these bottles into lipsticks. I'm going to paint the skull like a nice little skull, and then I am going to tear up the top of a Q-tip and make a wig to go on the skull. And then I also printed a little hair dryer. So that's my plan for the base, but because of the wood and everything, I'm gonna damn it. I'm gonna want to get a couple of coats down, so I want to get this kind of going first. I haven't really decided her color yet. Like my natural instinct, I put out the 2 different colors I showed, and I'm just going back and forth between them. Well, that's pretty nice.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Pudgy.
The duck came in right after it, so I was like, couldn't read it. Thank you for the follow.
I'm gonna get this. Pudgy Pidgey. Pudgy Pidgey. That's cool.
That's cute.
Yeah, thank you for the follow. And hello, Ghosty.
So what I was saying was I've put out those 2 colors, and I'm just literally going back and forth. I'm not washing my brush between, just so that I can vary the brown on the wood. And then once that's dry, I'm gonna put a one of my nope. All right, that's it. I'm out.
Ghosty says nice hats. Yeah, this was Dawn's got a what is it called? Headband.
Headband. Yes.
Headband because of last week's discussion about headbands on Gareth's stream.
Yes.
And I forgot to wash a bandana, so I'm wearing a Jane hat instead.
I had a headband he could have worn.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. It looks just like this, except it's like brown colors. Actually, kind of surprised Cora didn't take it.
That is not Viking enough for me. I'm sorry.
But the Jane hat is Viking. Well, I mean, it's Jane, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, that's pretty Viking, I think.
Jane's song is just running through my head now. Sorry, I'm completely done with talking. Just going to sing Jane's song in my head.
I'm going to go ahead and look at the world building screen because I kind of forgot to look at it before we started with notes up.
Okay.
I think we are... Whoa, aren't we good? No, we're not. We're not good.
No.
I was just giving a sneak...
What'd you do?
I gave a sneak peek of something I shouldn't have. It was actually bullet points to the next scene for this first short story about Tara Olds.
Dude, no!
I didn't even know what I was looking at at first. I'm like, what is that? That's
no.
Oh, whoops.
I think I'm going to do a stainless steel chair as well. Maybe with a black cushion.
Pidgey Pidgey says, by the way, I'm the gal who asked for some help putting together my Phoenix model on Etsy.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for joining. And I can't really describe it exactly. But it's not too hard. So I can definitely, when we're done, I can send you some pictures of the individual pieces and kind of say, slot A to slot B, slot C to slot D sort of thing. It's you're going to hit yourself because it's pretty easy to put together. Once you know what the pieces are, you'll get it really quickly, I promise.
Ghosty says, oh, come on, didn't you know that Vikings sailed into combat wearing those hats? It was traditional. I believe that's correct. I think that's historically provable. Ghosty says, no, I didn't get a chance to read it. Okay, I appreciate you making me feel better then. B Camp, hello. I need to get more minis for you guys. I love painting my mushrooms I got. Yeah, the mushrooms always turn out so cool.
I love mushrooms.
It's just because they're mushrooms, I think. Maybe.
Yes. And it's so funny because there's so many wonderful options for the mushrooms. Like, we have so many different modelers that do something with mushrooms, and I love it.
Okay, I really do. I've been sitting here talking, and I still haven't closed any of my stuff that should not be open.
I can't see.
Well, you're going to have to wait.
Okay, so guys, I can't actually read text at the moment.
They can see us. It's fine. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to try this again, and I'm going to freak out if there's still something open I didn't realize there was. Hey, now it's not correct, but it's not sharing something it shouldn't. So,
Honestly, I love painting anything foresty because it goes right along with the things that I like to draw in the first place. So it always kind of makes things really simple for me.
I'm having trouble finding the right control now. Of course.
So we also got new lights thanks to Sunbaran.
Yeah. Cool lights.
Yes. So, okay, I gotta flip this upside down here. Hopefully there we go. So hopefully, and you guys will have to tell me if it looks better now. Because the reality of it is the lights are freaking awesome, but I may not have them set in the right place yet. So if they're, if it doesn't look, if it's not bright enough, that sort of thing, you guys just have to let me know and we can make some adjustments.
And I see people are I'm just trying to get the silly world building screen right, so I apologize. I'm not reading comments quite yet, but I will catch up in just a moment.
Everybody quick, type as much as you can, as quickly as you can, just to mess with.
Okay. Don't understand that. Yes. That totally looked right to me. Let's see.
So, as Ty's working on that, I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a thing that I'm excited about. A couple of things that actually I'm excited about. The biggest thing being I feel almost normal today, which is kind of amazing. I was a little groggy earlier, but I came out of it pretty quickly. Another thing is I have a brand new resin that just came in today that I'm going to be testing. Probably print, the first thing I'm going to print will be probably tomorrow, would be my guess. I need my black.
So we can maybe show something Sunday.
So Sunday, I'm hoping that we can show something. But according to... I was looking for my color, sorry. I'm going to use my carbon gray because I can't find my black and I'm tired of looking. According to their sales pitch, I should be able to hold this mini straight out and drop it.
And we're going to try it.
We're going to do that. Not live on stream, obviously, because I'm not taking the camera out because it's not wireless. I love you guys. But we will film it and we will show you guys for sure. So I'm really excited about this. If it does what it says it does, it's going to be amazing.
All right, I'm going to catch up real quick.
Yes, please catch up, and then I will continue with the excitements. Oh, Izzy's home.
Pachi Pidgey says, I figured if it's not hard, I'm just kind of dense. I'll send some pics after I paint it this weekend. Really appreciate the extra effort.
No extra effort at all. I apologize for not thinking about it because I am, like you said in your review, I'm a puzzle person. So things like that, really, it's just, I enjoy looking at things and figuring them out and doing things like that. Ty says I get puzzle suction. So like if I've got a puzzle in front of me, I will sit down and it'll be 4 hours have gone by and I won't even have noticed it because I'm in hog heaven. I love things like that. So it doesn't really occur to me to think about that. So it's no extra effort on my part. It's something that I enjoy doing anyway. And I'm not paying any attention to whether or not I'm on screen. I apologize.
You look good. Ghosty says, speaking of mushrooms, I sculpted a figure that's supposed to be a human, covered in mushrooms for my little world building project.
That's awesome.
I'll have to post a picture of that guy. Super gross looking. I already love it. Yes, and I hope I can say I was Ghosty put that out there in Discord. Hey, if anybody wants to check this out and give some thoughts or whatever. So I took Ghosty up on that and read this first scene where they're dipping into this new world, and it was good. It was fun. So, hello, Isabella.
Hello, Isabella. You have chai latte tea in the microwave.
Okay, Bree says hi.
Hello, Breeze.
Hello, Bree.
Did you hear that? I mean, you'll hear it. You're watching the stream, you'll hear it.
So I did get that other window corrected, and I will explain again what we're doing.
Yes.
I'm trying to go through my clickies at the moment. So for those of you that may not know, if you haven't joined us on a crowd forging stream before, we are building content with you guys for our new world, the plane. So crowd forging, if you don't know, that basically if you give your ideas, and let me throw that thing up so that I don't have to say this over and over again, we're trying to make things a little more streamlined, and every once in a while I'll show this ticker just so people know that what we're doing is it's taking content from viewers that want to be able to read it in stories, want to be able to read their ideas in stories, and also play them in a tabletop game. We don't know what game system yet. We just know that we're going to use an open game system. But that's what we're doing right now in this world building. We are taking notes from you guys as we're going through painting, and we're the ideas that we really like and really think in the end fit the world. We're going to develop those ideas, and they're going to be in there. They're going to be in the stories. They're going to be in the tabletop role playing game. So it is cool. So hopefully the ticker helps. Just I was talking to one of the viewers into last week or over the weekend. I don't remember now, and just kind of developing some ideas and how to make this evident to everybody so that they know I'm not trying to steal something from you. If you want to keep your stuff, absolutely, just don't share. It's simple, you know. We want this to be something that you want to be a part of.
Right.
So,
Sorry.
Ghosty says,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
again, thank you for giving it a read. I started on my next draft and your tips really help. Well, that's good. I hope they do. And I appreciate you letting me read it. So, Bali Tempest says, the world's tiniest stool. Yes. Hello, Bali Tempest.
So one of the other things that I am super excited about is I actually wrote 2 things. And for those of you guys who've been around for a little while, you know that I'm the painter, the drawer, I'm not the writer. And it's not that
You're also a poet though too, so.
well, it's not that I don't feel like I can write. It's just not something I feel very strong at and very accomplished at. So, and it usually stresses me out more than it gives me joy. So this gives me joy. What I'm doing right here gives me a lot of joy and doesn't really stress me out. Because worst case scenario, if I mess something up, you know, I Bob Ross it. It's my universe. It can be what I want. But Ty and I, like usual, were, you know, just randomly world building. We were literally driving out to see his brother and world building along the drive. And I got inspired to write something down. So I have started writing some of the potential campfire stories that might be told while out on the plane. So I am super excited about that. And
It's fun.
I will be writing them up and putting them on, help me with the address, please.
Cryptmonkey.net is
Thank you.
where they will end up. That's the same place where
Yes.
content about this world will end up there in any case. But the campfire stories is going to be its own little section. And some other stuff. I don't know. We got to develop some other stuff for that too, actually.
Yes.
Bally Tempest says, that's exciting. Happy for your muse, Dawn.
Yeah, it's fun. And I literally, like, the first one that I wrote, Ty was driving and I had my notes open on my phone and I'm typing and typing and typing and typing. And I'm
Telling
not
me to shut up.
And well, no, like Ty was like sitting there talking for a second. I'm like, no, I've got something I'm doing. And then so he waited for a little while and he started saying something else. I'm like, not now. And he's like, Is everything okay? I'm like, yes, inspiration. Shh. And then he stopped and realized what I was doing.
B Kemp says that gloss.
No clue. What?
That gloss, I guess that you're using.
Oh, you mean for the lipstick? Well, it's technically a wine bottle, but I made it into lipstick. I'm not sure what that gloss means.
Well, it was said a little while ago, so I thought it was maybe the paint. Yes, the paint, I think.
Okay.
Ghosty says, "Oh, more stories to tell. I love that. A new format to tell. You know,
Yeah.
we already have scraps that we use for each of our games, which you can go to cryptmonkeygames.com and check out scraps for Jack the Ripper and for House of Possession. Scraps are basically little tiny stories.
My campfire stories are much shorter.
These are even smaller, right? But the scraps are intentionally small and oftentimes told as serials too for characters in our games. We call them scraps because the idea, if you look at because originally the Dark After is where I was going to tell those stories for, and the scraps of paper in an apocalyptic film that you find posted, you know, for family members as people flee cities and things like that. That's where I got the idea that let's call these scraps, these little stories, you know. But now we call them scraps for all of our stuff, the little serials.
I feel like I have a frog in my throat. I'm sorry.
Ghosty continues. Also, just by the way, I posted some picture of my creepy shroom man in Discord if anyone is interested. Yep. I believe that's the one I was looking at earlier.
If you wouldn't mind dropping it over here so I could see too.
Oh. Nope, I was thinking somebody else's stuff is right here. Can you see? Oh,
I can't really see
Sorry,
it.
that probably helps there.
I'm going to have to look at it later.
See on his legs?
I think I can kind of see the green stuff. I can see the color differential between what you've sculpted, which it's hard for me to see on this screen. So I will look at it later, but I think for right now, I'm going to say it's looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't think my answer is going to change. I think I'd just be able to give better input than it looks cool when I can see it better.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. For anybody that doesn't know, Ghosty shared that in the I Made This, where you can share anything you're working on, whether it's a story or
Dinner
modeling, you're making a mess at your
anything.
desk, whatever. Just share. Okay, let me move that back over here.
All right, I am actually fairly content with that.
All right, I will stop with the ticker, but I will be showing that a couple of times this evening, just so we can keep everyone apprised of what we're doing. So the main thing being that...
I do want to describe what I just did, by the way, real quick.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
So I have these little eyeballs, and occasionally you'll get glumps of paint in there. So I was just blowing really hard, really close to it to kind of blow it out. It just makes it to where I can get my grooves back. No, not like Stella.
All right. So the main point of all of this stuff is just as more people join in with the crowd forging, we want to make sure that people understand what they're doing. Because we certainly don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that. We're trying to build something with you. And we are going to sell parts of it later and stuff like that too. So just keep those things in mind.
Yes.
So
We would love your input, but you absolutely do not have to share any of your things that you don't want to. And you're welcome to hang out regardless.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just
always welcome to
everybody
hang
to
out, point fingers at him and just make fun of him. It's fine. All right, so I'm going to leave that alone. And look, guys, look what Ty printed me. So he printed me, it has a top that goes with it as well, but I broke it. So right now I'm just using the handle, but it's a really nice handle. I like it.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
So I did get, excuse me, I did get our notes window. Because tonight is a makeup for Tuesday. We're gonna do that thing where we spend most of our time on the painting window.
But Ty will still be feverishly taking notes.
Yeah, I will still be taking notes for everybody's ideas. So, what is Mira's scar? For anybody that's been hanging out this whole time, I'm gonna repeat myself just to make sure that folks that are on right now understand what we're talking about. So, Mira's scar, if you've been around before when I've talked about this giant, huge Grand Canyon like canyon, except much bigger, on the plain. It's down in the southeastern kind of corner, near the southeastern corner of the plain, and it is huge. It is so big that in some places it's so deep that whenever you look up, it's dark down there, and it just seems like you're almost in a cave, but you can look up and see faint light coming through. And in most of the wider places, it's so wide that like a large lake, you don't even see the other side and feel like you're on the ocean or something, right? So it's so wide that you certainly can't see both sides from the middle of it, right? So what we're going to talk about with regards to that is, I think you're a little, oh no, you're in focus where you're at. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm two tonight, guys.
It's kind of open what we're going to talk about tonight, but I am going to give a little bit of, this is one I've been holding back on saying anything about, but it's time. It's time to start talking about the canyon. When you think about places like the Tepuis, which I think are in China, but could totally be in South America, and I'm totally blowing that. But in fact, I'll look that up. The point being that we have some places on a wider scale. Look at Australia, in that some places that have been broken off from the rest of the world and evolved differently. And that's what Mira's scar is like. I'm concentrating so hard on what I'm saying that I'm not looking this up. If I can even remember how to Tepuis. That's gotta be wrong.
Which
Nope.
I thoroughly enjoy drawing as well.
That's right. It's Tepuis.
Your phone is not on vibrate.
It's in South America, the Guyana Highlands. Okay. So, and you should look at those if you haven't. Look up Tepuis, and you're going to see some brilliant imagery if you haven't seen these tepuis before. They're also called tabletop mountains, I think, in English. Yeah, tabletop mountain. So they're like a really like mountain size mesa. They're huge. So, going the other direction though, these really large canyons, because the walls are so high, the flora and the fauna have kind of separated, evolutionarily speaking, from up where everybody else is. The canyon's dangerous.
Yeah, like the rest
Like
of
the
it's
rest of the
not.
world isn't. No, but it's dangerous to the point that even though, like, people don't have proof, you know what I mean? But the stories are strong. People are afraid. They do know that people go in and they don't come out. So it's a very dark, dangerous kind of place to be. I mean, I say dark, but I mean, in the wide places, obviously, there's plenty of light. I just mean it's a spooky place because it's not like the rest of the world, as far as we know. So that's kind of where we're at. And yeah, the things we're talking about here on Earth, we would definitely think of like dinosaurs, large giant reptiles, that sort of stuff. But also I would think too large insects like the tepuis. I know this is your favorite subject, but isn't it where the bird catching?
Fuck you.
I believe the bird catching tarantula, bird catching spider, or whatever it's called. It's huge. It's a spider like this big. It's big as my head. I think that's where they live.
I hate you.
Well, here, let me look that up too then. Bird catching spider, the Goliath.
Seriously. Don't even pull up a picture of that. I will kill you.
I'm just gonna pass a link.
I absolutely cannot even.
Like this one's got a guy's hand in it, so I think I'll share this one.
I hate you so much.
It's so big. I'm gonna share this link. It's not like I went to the link. 'Cause
Don't
that's
click
where
the link.
picture is.
Don't click the link.
It's totally up to you guys, but there is like a huge spider in this on this webpage. So I don't know if that's a trigger alert or what, but big spider.
Evil, evil man. Bad beard man Cam.
The only spider that can be seen without fear is Lucas the spider, and he's adorable.
Okay.
The random voice that is happening is our
I
eldest.
don't know who that is. Lucas the spider.
It's a spider that has googly eyes and he walks around and he does stuff.
Is it?
No?
He's got big old eyeballs.
Yeah, he's like this big. He's it's a little kid doing the voice.
Yeah, I know. He's got big googly eyes. They're not like
He
the
has-
spinny googly eye, but he's got the big. But shut up. What do you want?
Do they know where your needles are for the surgery?
Did you break the needles on the surface?
Yes, I did. Only
Okay.
one though. Only
Those are
one.
not like super simple to fix.
I know. I've replaced one of them.
So we can't do that right now.
I
Okay.
just need to know where they are.
They are in the sewing machine.
Ghosty says, so we could take a lot of inspiration from
Okay.
deep fishing,
Yes, absolutely.
things with bioluminescence even. Oh, I like that. And also, if there isn't much light, it's going to be so cold down there, which is another thing we can develop. Yeah, so we can play with the weather. I'm sure it's got its own weather system. It's so big. And as far as the light goes, that in a lot of the wider and a lot of the space, there's plenty of light because you're so far away from the walls of the canyon anyway. It doesn't matter that you're pretty deep in the canyon. You can't see the walls on either side, so there's plenty of light. But the places where it starts narrowing down, where if there's a river, all there is room for is the river, for instance, it's so deep that, yeah, it's going to be really, really dark in those places.
Yeah, as soon as he started talking about the canyon, my head immediately went to deep parts of the ocean and the oddities that are there.
Well, one of the interesting things is that it's a hard floor canyon. So we should remember that when we're talking about the dirt isn't very deep is what I'm getting at. So there isn't, unlike up above, there isn't a whole lot of burrowing, I wouldn't imagine. Maybe some, but for the really big creatures like burrow up on the rest of the plane, I wouldn't imagine we have a lot of that.
Okay, so I'm not trying to start. Is somebody? I'll wait until if because I just had an idea, but I'll wait if you've got chat to catch up on.
Pudgy Pidgey says,
I love that name, by the way.
bruh, orb weaving spiders create incredible, gorgeous silk structures, amazing and fascinating architectural feats. Also, they look cool as fuck. Yeah. I'll have to look that up. Orb weaving spiders.
So I do appreciate the
Oh,
A few
also Pudgy Pidgey says spiders are severely underappreciated.
I do appreciate a few of the things that spiders do, like eating other insects. Absolutely love that. The problem I have with them is the crawling. That's it. That's all I have the issue with.
Stupid crawling things.
Yeah, just don't touch me. And also the jumping thing. Don't jump on my face and kill me.
Oh, see, I gave the wrong... Did I give the wrong one? Now I'm wondering. Here, let me look at my own link here.
Don't pull that up on that screen. I'll kill you.
Oh no, it says. I don't think that's the right one.
Oh, God.
Hi,
Sorry.
Gareth.
Hi, Gareth. Look, my headband. It only took an extra week for me to wear it, but I wore one.
This is the wrong spider I shared, of course. I think this is from Australia.
Oh, that's even worse. That's some pretty effed up place
I just
animals
saw
over
a
there.
big spider and thought that must be it. Oops. Well, let me see if I can correct that then. Oh,
Okay, so
yeah, that.
not trying to start like a whole poop conversation again, but so the earth being hard down there kind of gave me the idea of dung beetles, but giant. Because if you imagine, the plane is pretty windy. So a lot of things would get blown around and a lot of things would get blown down into the canyon. So I would think that dung beetles would be quite happy down there.
Okay. That seems fair to me.
But since there's not a whole lot of competition, potentially anyway, I'm thinking that they might be, and also because the planet's huge, everything's larger. I'm thinking they could be like almost dog size, maybe bigger, kind of, I don't know, like Great Dane size. I have
Sorry.
no logical reason for that other than, why not?
Okay, I found one this time. This one, I believe, is the correct spider, and it's actually eating a bird. So before you go to the link, this bird-eating spider, it is eating a bird.
It's doing its job, man.
It's doing its thing. So before you click on it.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we're talking about dung beetles. Are we thinking like giant-sized ones? I'm sorry, I
was kind of thinking like almost at least the size of a Great Dane.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking fairly decently sized.
You start sections here.
Dire dung beetles.
Maybe.
Damn it.
Ghosty says, so there is a canyon. I'm going to come back to the beetle in just a moment. So there is a canyon in Colorado that is so deep that it only gets like 30 something minutes of light. Could use that as inspiration. Yeah. Good call. Gareth, just cleaning out my office right now for the house showing this weekend. Oh, man, that's a lot, right? I just realized I'm going to need a geology section too.
I'm just using up some of that pink that we used on the lipstick. I don't know why I keep grabbing that brush. I hate it.
Just office.
Oh, and I
maybe
did
even fucking Wimdy. I don't get that one.
I did put in Discord about the Alter the Stream tonight. We're doing it a little different. I have a bunch of different Reapers up here sitting next to me, and if you want to use your points, or if you just want me to show them, that's fine too. I've got them sitting over here, and I can show what I have as an option.
So Ghosty asks, has anyone ever seen the King Kong movie from back in 2005? That's the one with Jack Black?
I don't remember years, so I don't know. But I did see that one.
Yeah. So, Dawn, you want to do basically dire dung beetles.
Yes. And I just put my finger right on her lip. Damn it. Oh well, I'll have to come back and fix that again.
So, what I have so far is we have a fauna section, a flora section, and a geology section. Ghosty, I think that canyon in Colorado is good inspiration. I do kind of imagine this because it's so deep as being that more than getting daylight in those thin sections.
And I even sent you a present today, and you did it to me anyway.
Hello, Regina. When you're in those sections that are relatively skinny, then I mean, I don't even think you're going to get like exactly direct sunlight because it's so deep that you're really going to have more of a haze of light way up above you, right? It's going to be kind of like nighttime all the time, but with a crack of light up there.
I just had an idea, but I'll wait.
Regina says, "Isn't that how we announce ourselves?"
Yes, Gareth. Yes, that's why. That's how that happens.
Ghosty says, "You remember that scene in the Jack Black film when they fall into the canyon full of the giant bugs? Because, I mean, could be something there."
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Giant bugs. Let me get us back over here, too. Yeah, I think a whole giant bug thing could be a thing.
Yeah. I don't want to participate in that, but sure, go for it.
Yes, you do. You're going to be one of the first people saying, "Hey, let's test, and I want to go across that canyon."
Oh, no. Just developing the bugs. That's all I meant. It's bugs. No, so you know those tribes, I don't know where they are. I've seen a million pictures of these dwellings in the face of the cave, and like even
in
archaeologists
the southwest of the United States, you mean?
I don't know. I really don't know where they are. Archaeologists even have trouble getting to them, like roping themselves down to get in to even figure any of this stuff
You're the one
out.
where they got the mummies and stuff. That's I think that's Peru.
Okay.
The area of Peru, you know.
I could see some people, you know, like going down the side of the face and like making homes in the cliffside. You know what I'm saying? No? Just no. Okay.
I mean, we could talk about it, but the idea is that nobody really wants to go there because nobody comes out of there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is they don't go very far down. They just go down a little bit.
Canyon side dwelling. Oh, I put that as part of geology. That needs a new section. Culture, I guess.
Or maybe it's you son of a bitch.
Hello, Sawdust. Yeah, I swallowed my tongue on that one almost.
Oh, y'all are killing me today. Ugh. Oh, how did I do that?
We
I
can
just
talk
missed
about
it.
it. I'm not real keen on it just because it's supposed to be the dark continent of the continent. I don't know if the dark continent is the right way of saying it. The mysterious.
Well,
I guess that's kind of what that meant anyway. But
that's what I was just kind of about
It's
to
a
say was
scary place that people are like, we don't want to go there.
maybe, you know, there's something there that people have seen, but it's not completely developed. Like people were trying and they just got wiped out.
Oh, that's a good point. I'll add a note to that.
So maybe that's a better route to go.
No, I kind of like that as a, you know, that could add to the mystery, frankly. Like people might be thinking, oh, is there like another intelligent race or something here? And
Missed that spot.
kind of confuse what actually happened.
Right.
Du-du-du-du. Oh yeah, Regina says giant mantises. That would be a fun one. Those are just cool looking. Cliff dwelling bugs, Regina says.
I really do have to find my black now. I don't know where.
I'm going to say that still with.
I got all of my stuff like massively unorganized somehow. I don't even know how it happened, but it happened. It's the wash.
Regina says, we missed you is all. With the hello, I think.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, I really am sorry, guys.
Ghosty says, have some small houses that hang from the top of the cliffs, can protect them from most animals and weather. I'm going to take the note, but I'm still feeling more like this tends to end in devastation.
Yeah.
Which is why when we were talking about minerals before, and I said, I don't even remember which one it was, some mineral, and it's going to be near the canyon, and my eyes kind of got big, like, ooh, that could be fun. But we will note it and think about it and see how it might be used.
I don't know what color I want her eyes to be yet. Or, yeah.
Sawdust asks, dark consonants. Did I say it that funny? I don't even think that's what I mean. What I mean is it's like it's avoided because people don't come back. So dangerous. I was trying to be clever. It just came out without consonants, probably. Ghosty says, so there is a tribe called the Sentinelese on a small island. Yeah, I know about these guys that have been completely untouched. Perhaps a tribe of people living inside the canyon that are completely primal. Maybe. I'm being really resistant to that. I apologize. It's the intention of the place is, oh, it's still you. The intention of the place is to be very not good for humans. That doesn't mean these things don't get used in different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even unrecognizable from most humans. Primal habits, so pale you can see all the veins from the lack of sunlight. Could open possibility of urban legends about demons within the canyons. That's fun. Yeah.
So kind of like no, those are
The people under the stairs. No.
well, that's not where I was going. Oh,
Kind
the
of.
time machine.
Oh, the
more the newer one. Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's not new, but
kind of. Yeah, because that's a. Oh, I just lost his name. The
don't move.
War of the Worlds and
Orson Welles.
no.
No.
His name's attached to that because
Stop
of the
it.
radio thing, but behold the beholder, Sawdust says.
I'm doing eyelashes at the moment.
All right. I am slowly catching up, Sawdust says. I hear ya. Yeah, let me
Missed a whole nother section of purple. I don't know how I keep doing that. Like, I thought I looked around all really good, but I did not.
show my ticker here so that folks know what we're doing, what we're doing with this crowd forging. Do. All right. So far we've got big giant beetles. In general, playing with giant insects, giant bugs, right? Specifically giant mantises, right? Possibly cliff-dwelling bugs. For the geology, we have using that canyon in Colorado with the 30 minutes of light as kind of an inspiration. I like that. And then we have. I don't have that in two places. Anyway, canyon side dwellings, and maybe this is something that people tried and it failed. We have small houses, maybe around the top of the cliffs, that can protect them from most animals and weather. And then for more inspiration, like the Sentinelese, who are very primal. They're for anybody who doesn't know, they're people from the outside world try to go there from time to time, and they're not supposed to. The government tries to keep them out of there, but people will go there, and they kind of tend to not come out. I think the last one I heard about was somebody was a missionary or something trying to go and talk to them and didn't come back. And maybe the people that would be there would be unrecognizable with primal habits, and their skin has even started to change, so they're so pale from the lack of sunlight that you can see their veins and stuff. And then people start having urban legends about demons that live in the canyon. Yeah. So that's what we've got so far. Okay. So yeah, let me because we could have several people that maybe just popped in. So what we're talking about is Mira's scar. Did you want to talk about what you were doing first, Dawn?
No,
Okay.
I'm just painting, and it's kind of self-evident. So she's all purple, and I'm gonna give her a light purple eyes. Done.
So what we're world building, what we're crowd forging tonight is Mira's scar. Mira's scar is the incredibly huge Grand Canyon type feature, except much larger, in the near the southeastern corner of the plain. In some places it's super dark because where the canyon walls have come in close, it's still very, 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 very deep, right? So really, you need torches or whatever to light your way. In other places, in many of the places, actually there's plenty of light because it's so broad that you can't see either side of the canyon if you're in the middle of it. Got me, Ghosty.
He knows I'm doing iris work.
So it's so big that it's like I keep using the example of when you go to a really large lake and you think, man, this looks like an ocean because it's so big that you can't see the other side. In many of the places in the canyon, from one side to the other, you can't see it. If you're standing up on top of one edge of the canyon, the other side is so far away that from your perspective, it just looks like the ground drops away and that there's whatever vegetation below for as far as you can see. Excuse me. It's that time of year, allergies. So we kind of have both. Kind of have places that are dark, and then much of it which is got just as much as daylight as you would outside of the canyon, but much more mystery because it has evolved separately from the plain above. The example I used earlier was if you know about the tepuis in South America, the tabletop mountains, that it's like that, except instead of being a mountain, it's a canyon and much larger. dark place outside of the plane that nobody goes because it's scary. People don't want to go there because people don't return from there. There's a lot of bad going on here for human beings. Not sure why, but I chose violence, Golden Ghosty says.
Itote.
Sada says, is it a twin canyon like mirror scar? Oh no, it's Mira's scar. There on the continent, Mira Dalal is what the continent is called, and Mira Dalal is the astrophysicist that originally discovered Cathar from Earth a couple hundred years before anybody ever came to Cathar. So they're on Mira Dalal continent, and Mira's scar is what the canyon's called. Okay. Sure. So some of the rumors about this place too is that there's giant reptiles like we would call dinosaurs. We have added tonight to that giant bugs, giant insects. So we have dire dung beetles, Dawn talked about early on. You okay?
No, my paintbrush just kind of rolled out of my hand.
In general, we're going to have giant bugs too, but also specifically giant mantises as well. Mantises. Named after his scar from astrophysicist party that got out of hand. Yeah, that's it. Mira's actually was a woman as well. So I know that's not super important right at this stage, but it's a clear picture in my head. What?
Eyeballs. You're doing this to the table. Stop it.
It's my desk.
I'm going to throw something at you. Oh, we got Izzy good last night. I threw a rubber ducky at her head while she was working. She's working on her Sibby's cosplay costume for them. And so she's been over here sewing quite a bit. And she was so enthralled in what she was doing that I just absolutely could not resist. And it worked out perfectly.
You still haven't said what you did yet, have you?
I did. I said I threw a rubber ducky at her. And then I turned off the light, and
This
then I
is the part I was
stood
thinking of.
right on the outside of the door. And she was like, really? And then she gets up to turn the light on, and as I hear her approach the door to turn the light back on, I yell, right? I think she pooped herself. I'm so mean. But this is why it's so easy to scare me, is it's karma's way of getting back at me. Okay. Doing all these little tiny detail works, and I really just have a base coat on her. It's kind of funny. Not being like super detail oriented like I was inside the iris on this one to get like the highlights and stuff, but the other ones are just too small to do that.
So I did just write my own note down. There is going to be a long river that travels the full length of the canyon as well. Because that'll be fun.
Yeah. Just FYI, I can hear you and Bree. I doubt they can, but I can.
No, I didn't.
He's not on the phone with me anymore.
Well, whoever you were talking on the phone with, I can hear.
Oh, it was Cheyenne.
Okay. I just assumed it was Bree still.
Yeah. I don't know where the little screwdriver is. So, do you just want me to leave it for now?
Oh, you haven't gotten it fixed yet?
No. I've just been the past few minutes. I found the needles, but not the right screwdriver. The only screwdriver that's in your machine is the star-shaped one, not the Phillips.
That is the one that's for.
The screw that's where the needles are,
boy.
that's a Phillips.
We can't do this right now.
No, baby, I'm sorry, I
Alright.
can't help you. It should be all of the stuff. I normally take it and put it right back in the sewing machine. The sewing machine, not the serger.
Okay.
The little flip out part
Yeah,
in the front.
I know, and I found
Okay.
all of it. But
I can't help you right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, baby.
do you want me to leave it open then for the serger? Because I'm gonna go and head home.
No, go ahead and close everything back up.
Okay, it's already closed up. I just.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right. I will see you all tomorrow.
All right, bye, baby. Don't forget your tea.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
Oops. So anyway, I did like lock it in because I've known there was going to be a canyon. I've got some canyon. There's a river that goes from one end of the canyon down to the other, and I have ideas for that already. So it's locked in. Ghosty says, so what about some kind of eyeless creature that lives in the darker areas of the canyon? Okay, I already like it.
Yeah.
And literally scares its prey into shock so it can kind of camouflage into the walls, and when prey walks by it screeches so loud this is like based on you, I think.
That's why I was giggling. I'm like, wonder where you got that idea.
So it can kind of camouflage into the walls, and when prey walks by it screeches so loud it stuns the prey, so then it can jump onto it and kill it, and people can hear the screech outside of the canyon, which just causes a lot of fear. Just hearing screams in the canyon, man, that is going to add to. If somebody's close enough to hear that, they're definitely going to turn around. I saw that one coming. See you, kid. Oh, that got you too, huh?
Yeah, I went and pulled my arms up real quick to be like fight or flight.
All right.
Oh, that tickled my foot.
Did I get you?
No, you like brushed it up against the heel of my foot. Bye, baby.
I am sorry, by the way.
It's fine, baby. I'm thinking I'm gonna give her a lip liner. I don't think I want to do the red.
I'm off at 4 tomorrow, so if you want me to run tomorrow, I'll make the run.
So Sada says the air pressure on the planet is dense anyway because of the sheer size of the planet, but a deep canyon would make that even more so. Oh, wow. I hadn't even thought about air pressure. That is a really good point.
I need to wait for her lips to dry though.
Um,
You know what I can do?
But a deep canyon would make that even more so, to the point that some gases may not mix properly with oxygen, thereby making breathing more difficult at the very bottom. That could be another reason that people just don't come back.
Yeah.
There it is. Yes, like that. You know what else I like about that is just that we can play with gases anyway. That could be a ton of fun regionally within the canyon, right? Like certain areas,
Yeah.
you're walking as a group, and then suddenly the person leading just turns around to say, "Hey, what do you think about lunch?" and falls over.
Bring back the old canary trick real quick.
Yeah, a scream just like that. Yeah, a scream like that, Sawdust. That I get it. It was the scream for Ghosty's creature. Regina says, anyone watch the anime Made in Abyss? This canyon is starting to sound like that. Made in Abyss sounds really familiar. I'm not sure that I've seen that one, though. Probably not, since I'm not drawing a reference, but... Ghosty says people at the bottom start to get hypoxic and just struggle to find a way out. They literally start losing it. I like that too.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go back over here.
So on the bow, I just took the lavender that we used for her eyes and the same green that I used for her bow and mixed them together and just gave me a little lighter shade to do a little dry brush on real quick. Still feel like I missed a section of her.
Soda says if breathable gas is different at the bottom of the canyon, that would be a good reason why ecologies would be separate from the plane. Yeah, I think that's another separator from everything else that's going on. Where did my notes? Oh, here we go.
And now I'm just mixing some brain matter beige into the same purple I already used for her. Just to give me a lighter purple. Because I don't want to go all the way up, straight up to that lavender for her eyes. But I do want to do some highlights. Add a little water in there too, because I do want it to be thin.
Soda says, if I climbed to the bottom of the canyon and saw that beholder after becoming hypoxic, I'd be like, hey, boo.
Like how you do.
What's up with you?
She just came back from the beauty shop. She's feeling all kind of sassy. Because we do.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about the pressure differences and stuff like that from elevation difference alone. Could be some fairly interesting events or places and stuff like that. We're like reaching ahead for role playing stuff, I think, at this point, which is good. I say that, but it was like, we can't talk about classes. We can't talk about classes. And then it happened anyway, because
it was such a good idea.
Weaver, what was it?
The Taylor sort of thing.
Yeah. Creatures, careers.
Oh, my nose.
Mystical Taylor. That's what we called it in notes.
Yeah.
Ghosty says, my dad was in the Air Force and he did hypoxia training. And whenever he got hypoxic, he just found everything really funny. So dudes at the bottom of the canyon see their buddy get eaten by some giant insect and just start laughing. Hey, that's a great note.
I mean, it's not, but it is.
No, I mean, obviously not in real life. But I'm not writing non-fiction stuff here. No, I like that. So if I keep losing that spot. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, in a dark kind of way, it's funny. Excuse me. Well, and yeah, you got to figure that some of the worst things that can happen at that moment is what would happen at that moment, right? To make it interesting, whether it's a game or story.
Yeah.
It is going to be ill-timed for the sake of whoever is there.
True.
Let's see. I don't remember if there was anything from the other day that we were going to talk about on stream too, other than the campfire story thing itself.
I don't remember.
I mean, there's things we talked about. I don't know if we wanted to talk about them yet. Soda says this would be another reason that stories from survivors of the canyon are so outlandish, is because they only remember their delusions. Yeah, at the moment, I'm not sure that a single person has made it out to even share their delusions. I mean, this is a no joke, scary, damn it, I told you we shouldn't go here kind of place. But certainly, or maybe they're just ruined. If they were to get out, maybe they're ruined, and they're constantly still having delusions. I don't know. That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Um. Let's see. We have like way more on geology than I thought we were going to get. So that's cool. Oh, I lost my spot. There we go. Sawdust. What you thinking, Dawn?
I am concentrating on cheeks at the moment.
Cheeks?
Yeah, because I'm trying to get some highlights going. I added a little bit more of the lavender in. And I'm putting it down, but then I'm using my trusty Q-tip to blend the edges so that I have a nice highlight without having dark edges.
Yeah.
So it's almost like wet blending, but it's not really. And one cheek definitely looks better than the other.
So it's like real life.
Yes. Except it's eyes in real life.
You take that picture on my good side only, please. Ghosty says, all they hear from the canyon is loud screams and even hysterical laughter that is quickly silenced. Yeah, that's spooky. Sawdust, it wasn't so bad. Me and this beholder went to the beauty parlor and had a great time. What, Bill? Nah, he stayed at the nightclub with the toad.
So it's kind of one of those, like, I gotta work quick thing.
All right, I'm not going to say anything, but I am going to show my notes for a moment because I need to add this note that I don't want to talk about too much.
Don't ask me.
I am spelling it all right.
I am a horrific speller. Like, sounding things out has never worked for me. That's just not a thing. And no, I've never put a wrong end. I have somehow managed to never do that.
I just wouldn't do it because I'm sure that I would. Is that wind?
I thought it was the Alienware.
It is the Alienware. It's under a burden. So flora is going to be kind of varied, but oftentimes thick, I think. But it's going to be, we're not talking about in most places we're not talking about something like great oaks or something like you find in, or redwoods like you find in the copses. They're not like that because of the lack of deep soil. I'm thinking more of Southwest kind of thing where you have some trees, but maybe they're not super tall. What?
Walking cactus.
A walking cactus. Somebody asked for that.
Cora.
Was it Cora or was it? So it wasn't from a stream.
I don't think so. I think it was Cora.
Yeah, this is like if I remember right, this is something we're talking about where you may be in combat with this thing. So I think that's right. We'll have to check your notes, but for now I'm going to put Cora. Cora has actually been working. She because her schedule's different from ours, because their schedule is different from ours. They're not involved in the stream, and we've had our Saturdays or whatever where we happen to be up at the same time and we work on things. But Cora has also been drawing things and doing some physical modeling of possible creatures and plants and stuff like that. So, well, hold on, don't just give me a second. I already know what you're going to say, but I need to check something first. And I may tell you no. Yeah, let's not. We may share something later, though. Hi, hello again, Garrett. Yes, my back is all that caught that. We are glad you're still here. Bad Soda says, how about a critter that is mammalian, similar to a large bat, with the exception that it was mainly built for running? Oh, it has wings that allow it to silently glide around, and dense atmosphere aid the lift capabilities of it. I like that. So something that's flies something more like a turkey or a chicken, right? And get a good glide on, but it's not going to fly itself out of the canyon. Just busy cleaning, Dara says.
Yeah, that's not fun. I mean, cleaning in general, not fun, but especially not for having a show.
Where are you at? Where am I at? Here we go. Geology, flora, fauna. Okay. Did you think I was talking to you for a second there? Because you used to have a character named Fauna in WoW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sawdust. Yeah, this, I think, it's a really cool creature idea, especially if we use that silence thing. You're not going to hear its wings flapping and stuff because it knows that it's not much of a flapper. Instead, it does a bit of a sprint and then glides the rest of the way to you, so you don't even hear its steps coming up right behind you. I like that. And I think since it's a bat-like thing, maybe we will take the echolocation too. Maybe. I'll add a note for it. Alright. Sada says exactly. Um, Ghosty, okay, side topic. What color from some shelf mushrooms? Kind of like an owl, completely silent. Yeah. Yeah, an owl, that's probably a good example of that too, because owls will beat their wings, right? But just before they're going to pounce, they go into that glide mode. What color for some shelf mushrooms?
I tend to like a lighter brown on the top of them. And then I usually do like a kind of the same tone brown underneath. And then they have those ridges that are coming out from underneath. And then I like to brush those with a dark brown. So you get like that really light brown inside the bottom and then the dark brown at the top, the higher points underneath. That's what I like to do for shelves because they're cute and I love them.
I brightened up the painting camera because she was a little dark.
Got
So-
my metallic black so I can add a little bit of shine to her eyelashes too.
So if that's too bright, folks, just let us know. Yeah, I think she looks more like closer to what I'm seeing here. Regina says, is there a fungus that grows at the top of the canyon where the spores infect things and make them zombies?
There is now.
They fall into the canyon where they are eaten. Oh, see, I like that. We already have a archetype for this, right? Ghosty says, all right, thank y'all. I was going to say a totally different color, but, you know.
Were you really?
Oh, yeah. I was going to say like a yellow pink.
I mean, that could work. It's your world. Do it however you want.
I want somebody else to pick the colors for me in my world.
For shelf mushrooms, I tend to go with kind of a light brown khaki color. And then I do, like I said, the rough spiky things that come out underneath. I do those in a darker brown.
So I like this one, Regina, and the reason is because we kind of have the archetype with our moss fungus thing that puts spores that float up into the atmosphere and explode around the large flying creatures so that they will fall to the ground and feed the fungus. So I like that. This seems similar.
Yeah, it's in that family, I think. For sure.
Regina says, what about a light green brown for the shelf mushrooms?
Yeah, really, I mean, it just anything works. It really, really does. That's one of my favorite things about mushrooms is even in nature, they are so vibrantly colored and so varied that you could just do anything you want. That was one of the things that I had a lot of fun with on that treant that is going to live with Regina. Is all the different mushrooms all over the place. Some of them got really brightly colored. Some of them got muted colors. Some of them just stayed the same color as the tree because I didn't see them until I was finished. Because they were everywhere.
I will add this as a note to culture, Sawdust. Do I have something here yet? Don't. Sawdust Dragon says, our intrepid zoologist makes a small, lighter than air balloon. He attaches a very long tube to the balloon, which allows him to breathe the good atmosphere from above whilst he goes down below. And the thing is I'm not going to make like the entire canyon an unbreathable mess, but I love the idea that people would make this assumption And I can totally see a researcher trying to do something like this. Like, we've figured it out. This is how we're going to survive down there.
I'm literally tearing up cotton to make a wig.
Regina says mushrooms are the coolest. Stealth mushrooms.
Needs a haircut.
Hmm.
And you know what I realized I don't have over here are my tweezers. So I was working over here earlier.
Stealth mushrooms. There's something there.
There absolutely is something there.
I think so. I'm going to take that note, even if you didn't intend that to be a world building note, because that could mean some things.
Oh, stop it. Say it's too much. That's what I thought. Well, it doesn't have to be.
So, the state of the plane we kind of gave outside of the state of the plane, but basically that we were world building on our car trips and stuff like that. Because so much has been going on here. So much has been going on here. I still haven't updated the notes, but I will do that soon because it's about to bury me if I don't get some of these things into Discord.
Sorry, I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just shoving it around to make sure it sits. And then I'm going to glue it down. So there's a wig for a skull. Because why not?
Oh, Regina, that's a brilliant little thing there. So Regina adds to the stealth mushrooms. Mushrooms that move slowly overnight, messing with the trail of other things.
And of course that's
Yeah,
it.
I like it. That is groovy.
No, come back, pokey thing. And yes, I
Solid-
just called my tool pokey thing because I don't know the name of it.
Sawdust Dragon says, shroom rooms in the dark, shroom rooms by the park. On the canyon floor they grow, from up above to far below. We got a little evil Seuss going on here, I think. Yeah, I like that. Even if it is all they do is mess up the trail. I mean, that's fun. That's really fun. Yeah, I like it.
Hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just shoving it to get it to basically stay down. I don't want it to lay perfectly flat because I want it to look like hair. Ah,
So
get off me.
anyway, the state of the plane. I need to update notes. Dawn and I have been coming up with things. I still haven't got a good look at you if we should talk about the new type of forest.
Oh yes, I
We
think
want
so.
to talk about that.
Absolutely so. I had no clue what you were talking about, so I just moved past it.
So it's nothing to do with the canyon, but consider it part of the state of the plane. While we were world building in the car trip, Dawn came up with, and it was as part of her campfire story, a new kind of forest, and one of those things that add more mystery to the ocean. So this is not actually on the plane, but we would hear stories about this sort of thing on the plane.
Yes.
This would be a kelp forest. The difference being that, a normal kelp forest, it gets really dark in there because it's so thick. But the leaves, the branches, the trunks, whatever, they come up to the top and then they float on the top, right?
Yeah.
As Dawn points out, even otters will sleep on
Yeah, they'll like tie
the kelp
themselves in.
leaves. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So these are supersized kelp, and they actually make a forest up above. So they start to harden as they go above the water, and continue to grow. And their trunks are like tree trunks. They're really big, but they still grow very densely. And so it's going to add to, this is why there's not a lot of people that are seafaring. Lots of mystery involved. There are things that live in the kelp forest that are dangerous. And but also that there are some industrious people who have found ways of using these kelp forests. And they're very thick, they're very big, and they're just off of the coasts, just off of the, not far, like what I say, 5 to 50 feet off of in the water. Might be clear up to the beach, but then the forest would start. And in Dawn's example, I think, does it go 30 miles or 50 miles out? It goes way out.
Yeah.
So not small kelp forests, but actually huge forests. And it's a very alien kelp.
Yes, very much so.
So that was fun. I like the idea of some of the stuff that we can do later, that we can talk about now, and maybe later if we move off the plane, things we're already developing, things we can discuss.
Yeah. And then, like we were saying, it enriches the world, even if it's just talked about, in little bits and pieces where, some guy's just simply talking about where he's from, as he's traveling across the plain to get to where he's developing his new Agdal plant or farm.
I can't wear the hat.
Too hot now?
Yeah, I do that at game conventions too.
Yeah.
I'll wear the hat for a little while, and then I'm like, okay, my head is going to start to steam here pretty soon.
Can I get a time check? Because
We are getting close. It's 12
I
after
am
9.
as well.
I'm sorry?
I said I am as well.
Oh, well, that's good. I thought you were going to say, oh, no, we got a long way to go.
No, I am actually going to finish this one.
Asada says that would make an insane kelp forest fire. It's possible, actually.
Yeah.
That's the, once it gets above the water, it hardens so much that you get this kind of stiff sway to all of it. I kind of imagine it like a pine forest. How when the wind gets going, they're moving pretty good, right? So I kind of see this kelp forest moving that way, but with much larger trunks than your sort of young pine forest. But yeah, actually, one of the things that we've talked about, incidentally, is that one of the things they developed from this kelp is like a candle or a lamp system for lighting and building materials and other things.
Yeah.
And a paste that is for waterproofing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were like developing the hell out of this kelp forest idea, even though we won't be directly there.
No, but like we said, using the other stuff for lamps and stuff like that. I mean, it just
there will be things from kelp forests on the plane.
Yeah.
Since we are getting towards the end, our next makeup day is actually Sunday, which is usually our maybe day. So we'll be on Sunday to make up our Wednesday.
Right. Which I will be painting something completely different, obviously, because she's finished.
Yay. And we'll be world building and painting again.
She just needs to dry for a minute.
And ice cream. You have to make ice cream from the kelps as sawdust.
Oh.
It is Easter Sunday.
It is Easter Sunday.
I'm sure that we don't have plans.
We don't have plans. We don't have kids anymore.
What it feels like.
I mean, we've got big kids, so
Coral will be sleeping. Nicholas is on the other side of the country.
Doing field exercises in blizzards.
Yeah. And
Izzy will, I'm sure, will be.
Izzy might come over and hang out. I don't know.
I may make a ham.
Now
I
Izzy
will
may
make
very
it
well
ham.
come over and hang out.
But yeah, other than cooking and cooking and cooking, because I love cooking. Yeah, no real plans.
So we'll be back for at least 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on how things are going.
And we may start maybe later.
Later than 3?
Yeah, I'm thinking that would give people time to kind of do their Easter Sunday thing, have all the kids over and do all that, go to church, do whatever they're going to do for their Easter Sunday, and then kind of join us in the evening.
Okay.
So,
well, I guess play it by ear for the moment, and we'll say something on tomorrow or Saturday on Discord.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a time that everyone thinks that might work better too, you can kind of drop it in. I mean, obviously, we'll take the majority.
For a disaster.
No, well, I'm saying we'll take a majority. If everyone's like, 6 o'clock.
We'll take the mean of what everyone asks, average that, and
pretty much. I mean, we'll do what we can, but I mean,
that's really what it comes down to, right?
Realistic.
We'll do what we can. And then hopefully, barring other issues or emergencies, then we'll be back on schedule next Tuesday. Also in notes, I mentioned a couple of times that Jake and I are developing our next season of Gamers in the Unknown. We are targeting, and I know this is a little bit far off, but we're targeting June to come back and start doing that again. But we're getting, we know what our next 6 or 7 episodes are going to be about. Gargoyles we're going to start with that. I think we've talked about that already. But we're developing things a little bit more with this new format to kind of stay out ahead of it and make it a little more, pump up the content a bit. Dr. Hackrip is already working on recording things and stuff like that for us.
Trying to get her to balance and hold her still while the glue sets, because I don't have my spray to make this work faster.
Do you need me to look for it?
No, because I just got a brand new one because I was out, and it's put away and not convenient for you to be able to find quickly anyway. So
Ghosty says, really making me wait for this thing, ain't ya? What?
No clue.
Oh, Gamers in the Unknown. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Certainly we had fun and stuff the way we did it before. It's just that first season we saw, after the first season was over and we took a break and kind of looked at it, we were like, we can make this we can just add some stuff and make it more fun. So hopefully everyone will think it was worth it. Soda says, I saw some Mardi Gras type doubloons that had cryptids on them. Really? I'll post them on Discord. That's freaking
awesome.
cool. I don't even know if do we even have doubloons and stuff sitting around somewhere anymore?
No, I mean, I know we've got plenty of beads still, but I don't know if we have any. We might have some doubloons mixed in with the beads.
I wouldn't even know where they are. We haven't
Yes, you
gone.
would. They're in the backity back.
Oh, I guess I would then. I know the area of the house.
Come on.
Because we haven't been to a Mardi Gras parade since I think Isabella was 9 or something.
Something like that, yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Her eye looks so cool from there. She's not completely in focus in that spot, but
Yeah, it does.
And I
look
know
good.
it's so interesting to watch me hold her still.
I can play with that.
And I know you guys can see I'm kind of wiggling her. I try to do that while the glue is setting to kind of
Squish it around.
squish it around and help it, and I can tell when it finally does set. Because super glue is not an instant set. She's getting close though.
I think that's kind of close.
So the biggest thing is going to be that she is going to be all in matte, and then her lips and eyes will all be in gloss. And that's what really kind of brings it to life. The clear coat that I put over it is what I mean. It's almost there.
share this with you, Dawn. Sawdust in Discord added these doubloons.
Oh, those are awesome.
I don't understand cryptocurrency, but I would definitely be interested in cryptid currency. I love it.
That's awesome.
Those are sweet.
Oh, come on.
We've got Bigfoot, the Mothman, Chupacabra, Loch Ness Monster. You can find those in general geekiness, like Sawdust was mentioning on the Discord channel. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, she's really not setting, so I am going to have to get the spray. But you're not going to be able to find it, baby.
Oh, okay.
But I can hold her there and everyone can kind of see.
So I don't have a definite topic for Sunday's world building. Feel free to drop it in the category, in the world building category on Discord if you have an idea between now and then. We come up an idea for what that's going to be, then also along with the time and stuff like that, we'll mention what the topic is if we've come up with an idea.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was figured out as we were eating dinner, so before the stream, which is, it's not uncommon for us to figure them out as we're, because I mean, honestly, it makes sense because it's what is fresh on our mind and what we're excited about talking about, and that kind of, anytime you're excited about anything, it bleeds into the other people that are with you. So, oh, our little robots.
Thank you for the 22 bits. Nice.
Oh, that's going to be annoying to everybody.
What is?
My slurping of the little last bits I've got.
Oh.
So I am officially done with this because I need to spray I need to get my spritz so that I can insta set this because it's not setting. I tried to keep the paint off the bottom of her.
Ghosty, thank you for the 15 bits.
Thank you.
These are the, what are those, the corgis?
Yeah, those are the corgis. They're so cute.
Corgo.
I tried to keep enough paint off her bottom, but it wasn't enough. So, anyway.
Also, Ghosty's finished my mushroom monstrosity, and I'm relaying this thing is really gross. I like
awesome.
it. Share it.
Yes, very much so. So, to recap, Sunday we will have news on the new resin, and if we're switching over to it, we should be able to decide by then, as well as maybe a little video clip of the testing and how that went.
The drop.
The droppage. And we're literally going to go out in the front yard on the pavement, on the driveway, and just drop it. I'm hopeful.
Oh my gosh, I hope so. I don't know why we have to do that. Can't we just do it on our wood floor or something?
No, because if it breaks, then I want it to not be on my floor. I want it to be on the sunlight where it'll cure it. Because, I mean, as a lot of you have purchased minis from me in the past, you know that I will hollow out some miniatures, and if they break, then they can have sometimes some uncured resin inside, and they will leak out. And that's what I want to stop having happen. I want them to stop breaking, to stop have all of these things. One of the other things that this
You make it sound like
company,
it happens all the time. Well,
No,
that's not the case.
it
It's just
doesn't-
one more thing we want to get rid of, right?
Right, exactly. One of the other options that is realistically too expensive to actually be able to use by itself, but it's a resin that is almost flexible. If you print just with it makes a print more like a Reaper, where it's, actually flexible instead of breaking. Like this is just a Reaper miniature. But it costs too much. You guys wouldn't want to buy a miniature printed in that. But what an option is to mix that in with the other resin to give it even more stability. So it's not only stronger, it's got a little bit of give to it, so it's even less brittle. So
That's pretty cool.
So there's a couple of different things there's 2 different resins, plus we've got the additive to add in. So we basically have 4 tests that we need to run and then drop all of them. So that's going to be fun. So we'll have that news on Sunday. We'll have world building on Sunday. We'll have me randomly painting something else. I have no idea what yet. And we didn't have anybody spend the points for Alter the Stream for next Tuesday, so that will also be a random thing. I have no idea what yet. Oh my gosh, funny story. So one of the tail parts of a Brachiosaurus I dropped because I didn't glue it on well, and the tip broke off and the resin poured everywhere.
Oh.
And I was such shock because I didn't realize that would happen. So yeah, that is exactly what I want to stop happening by finding a better resin.
Yeah.
So I am super sorry that happened. Do you need a replacement tail? And there's two different parts of the tail, so you have to tell me which tail part. If it's the tip,
What are the options for next Tuesday?
So that's the thing. I got a bunch of Reaper stuff over here. So
Which we haven't done in a very long time.
I haven't done anything Reaper in a very long time, and they are currently running a Kickstarter for Bone 6. So I thought it was an opportune time to do it. So I have basically option 1 is a bunch of different adventurers. And basically I'll paint what I can get painted. Or we can pick one or two that you definitely want to see. But you can see there's a bunch of different adventurers here. And my nose is tickling the crap out of me. Oh. Option number 2 is a big one. Ooh, I lost his head. This one is Turtle Dragon. Move. So that's all I'm going to hold of him because I can't hold any more of him. He does, let me tilt this back up. He does float on his base, which is that guy.
I'm actually surprised we haven't done this one yet, huh?
I know, right? So there's the turtle.
This is not PJ Hacker, but I have a warning for you. Someone has altered the stream.
Thank you for the 100-bit sawdust. Oh,
Turtle Dragon. Okay.
Turtle Dragon sold me.
Yeah, so I mean, like, you can see that there's chunks of the base missing because there's more details on just the base. And there's just stuff everywhere. So loads and loads and loads to do. One of the things I do like about turtles.
Barnacles, Regina.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about them.
Yeah.
The other thing I like is because of the fact that their legs go into the shell, that gap that is there is okay to leave there.
Yeah.
Because it's going in, it's not this kind of connection, it's my arm going into my sleeve. So it's okay to see that gap.
Ghosty says you beat me by a second.
And you got, big old turtle tail. More treasure, more stuff. So, basically, I'm going to put that on that. Oh, let me tilt down a little. So, let's see. I don't know where all the pieces go. But then I'll fill the rest of this in with sand. And then he's flying up above it. Big ol' kiss from the turtle. So yes, I just thought, it's like I said, they're doing, on Kickstarter right now, they've got Bone 6, and they've got some pretty cool stuff going in there, guys. So you guys should check it out. And then we will get Mr. Turtle put together. This will be something that I will paint the arms separate. I will probably go ahead and glue the shell together so that I can get like that. If I get that glued up and hold it, I can probably get rid of that line without too much worry. Any gap filling here I'm not concerned about, so I'll probably assemble that. A lot of these pieces I think will be easier to paint by themselves as well. Let me see the little chest. Ooh, too close. Sorry. Here, you want to bring it in, babe?
Yeah, let me.
Because I really like this. So it's the treasure chest. Nope. It's got gold in it. But it's got barnacles in it on top of it. And then the way they've got it cut, it sinks down into the side here, you know. Zoom of death. Roar. So yeah, it'll be another chest right there. So it'll be fun to paint, and it will keep us busy for at least 2 streams for sure. So I mean, that's actually something we
marked the next 2 streams.
I mean, that's actually something we could do on Sunday is the prep work and getting that base coated, because we all know how uninteresting base coat watching is. But you know, hey.
So this dragon says that reminds me of the alligator snapping turtle that crawled up on our carport.
And that's when you just stay in the house because no, I'm not messing with that. I really do like this wig. I know it's super silly,
Yeah.
but it's super funny. I was thinking about
your carport. Yep.
I was thinking about painting that.
Driveway.
Yeah.
I don't know that they call it a carport up here. Maybe that's like even in Missouri. I'm not sure we call it a carport. That's in like Louisiana, and I think in Texas we call them carports sometimes too.
Okay, good, Ghosty. I'm glad.
Sorry, I don't think my message sent, but in regards to the Brachiosaurus tail, it wasn't a problem. Just a small chip. I was able to glue it back together, and you can't even tell. Well done.
Good.
Soda says Ricky and I let him bite a broomstick in half. The cardboard is a covered part. Yeah. With the I was just talking about getting one of these.
Yeah, I just assumed everyone. I mean,
well, it's the part with the thing is. I just said like we bought that house. It's got the garage, and in front of it we can put the
carport.
Is that what I said? Though?
I don't know that's what you said, but that's what I think of now. I can't think of anything else.
It's that covering outside. Anyway.
You just shook the whole tab.
I know, I put my hands up here and I hold on to. I should show pictures of my desk someday and like I made this or something.
Yeah.
Because my desk we've talked about it before. It was made for making board games and stuff like that, so we could roll dice across it. But
yeah, I mean,
it's big.
I know you guys can't really tell, but I mean, Ty and I literally are sitting on either side of the same desk, so it is pretty cool. That's why I throw things at him. I wouldn't have thrown that because that would have hurt because it's actually completely solid.
That would have been terribly mean of you.
So
I'm just playing now.
I have to get my stuff. I really do like her eye. The main one. It turned out really good.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks not so good there. It looks better.
Well, you moved it out of focus.
I mean, it kind of looks messy when you look at it that closely, but when you look at it at the proper distance, it looks better.
This is Dr. Peter J. Crypt, and I have a warning for you.
Someone
has altered the stream.
Ooh.
What are you adding to the turtle?
Yeah, the turtle was selected, so you'll be altering the setting or something like that, right, Dawn?
Yes.
Just to F with Ty, I want you to paint the dragon turtle teal. That's not a real color.
I love it. Yes. Night, Ghosty. Yep. Excuse me. We're pretty much done here anyway. I think we're going to be heading out as well. And I love teal. So that's going to be so much fun.
Yeah. All right. Worth every penny.
I mean, you got points to spare, man. Come on. All right, so that is it for us, guys. We will see you on Sunday, potentially maybe 5:30. We're thinking something like that.
We'll let everybody know on Discord.
Yeah, we'll let everybody know for sure on Discord exactly when we're gonna go. And yeah, I knew you'd have a bunch.